Every second, every minute, every day, news is breaking, events occur, and there are new developments. At Signature TV, we follow these stories objectively, bringing all sides without bias, explaining the complex issues, breaking down the numbers, and investigating the issues behind the news. Anywhere and everywhere, near or far, wherever the news is, we will be there. Signature TV. News in your pocket.
He's going to be maybe the second or third Kenzie right now. So thank you so much, Franklin, for joining me on the show.
Thank you for having me. It's been a while.
Yeah! Is it up to a year?
It's
not up to a year.
Next week we make it a year.
Are you serious?
I was here actually after the AMVCA.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the last time I was here.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know you love reviews like this, so
yeah,
don't worry, we got you covered. So the Met Gala happened yesterday. You said you watched it live.
Yeah.
I didn't, unfortunately.
Oh wow. It was phenomenal. Like the celebrities. Like one thing about the Met Gala, we look forward to like what would these celebrities put out there. Yeah, because it's art. Like
yeah,
they will give their best, and all of them were looking special and amazing. Like the likes of Serena Williams, Venus Williams, representing their sports and everything. Like Venus Williams representing the black culture in the tennis world. She was putting on an embrace of what's it called again, Wimbledon, that she have won. The black people who have won Wimbledon, like she was putting it on her neck. So a lot was happening. It was just telling a lot of stories. What she was putting on.
I know they say costume is art. One thing about fashion I love so much is the fact that people are super creative and they have to bring their A game.
Yes.
In as much as yes, they paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to get there.
And about $100,000. I think last year was $75,000.
And this is like $100,000, and you still need access to go into that place. So if you're able to pay that amount of money,
you can get.
Well, true, but I saw most of their outfits, and I was actually sad at Nigerians. I didn't see Nigerians.
Yeah, it's not about you can pay for the like the like of names say like Nike, Gucci. They have to, maybe they will buy a table and they will invite their favorite celebrities.
Okay, to be there.
Yes. So if you're not if your brand doesn't call you. You
Unfortunately,
you won't be there.
So you didn't see one Nigerian person.
To be honest, I was expecting Burna Boy.
Because it was there last year. I was expecting Arasta, Thames. They were there last year.
I was expecting Arasta, to be honest, because sorry to say this, because I think she's not always there.
But she was there last year.
Yeah, she's not always there. I think last year was her first. So I was expecting Burna Boy and Thames, because these are the two.
Or even Davido.
I think Davido haven't been there.
Yeah, but I was expecting them.
I don't know, like, to be
honest. I felt so sad. I saw Tyler. I saw Tyler. Tyler's outfit was.
Tyler is very, very big. Tyler is very, very big. Tyler is one of the biggest African artists. So Tyler is very, very big, and every year I'm expecting to see Tyler. And
at the
Met Gala, and she doesn't disappoint. But
Burna Boy is also a very big artist.
Rema.
Burna Boy is also a very big artist.
I think Burna Boy is the biggest artist in Nigeria. So I've won a Grammy and everything. He's global. So yeah. So that's why I was expecting Burna Boy. I was expecting Burna Boy. So it's so sad that no Nigeria was there.
Yeah. I was saying something about the facts and the reason why I love fashion is because it is art, right? Yes. Whenever I see Akin Faminu, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Because his designer take his or her time.
Yes.
To give him something spectacular. I was also expecting, there are some people that you expect to see God. If you go to Met Gala, you're supposed to win something. Yeah. Tiana went. I was like, this one I saw. Tiana went for Met Gala.
She did not go.
I thought she did. Because that outfit was giving.
It's everything. She could have taken the light of everything.
She's one designer that
I'm like inspired. Like, I'm so inspired.
She's supposed to do. I'm expecting her to do more. Like next year Met Gala, she's meant to get herself to that place.
I don't know. I wish because like you can just get yourself. Like I told Tiana,
she should find her way there. Even if she would appear.
Like, I'm telling you, Tiana
her outfit was even I saw Akim Faminu's outfit. I also thought Akim Faminu's outfit is actually a suit, but they did something with the cap and something in his hand or something. So I'm like, okay, these are amazing people.
I'm telling you,
you expect
Tiana
to see at the Met Gala, but unfortunately,
like Vicky James, like if Vicky
she can do something very great.
She will do a lot better. Like Vicky, Nigerians are so talented in the fashion industry. That's why I can't wait for the AMVC on Saturday because I know it's going to be spectacular.
Honestly.
So, because Nigerians like that, I saw that Tiana's picture. I was like, wow.
She always wow us. She always give us that. I wonder how she does it.
I'm telling you, she's so creative. She's so creative.
How do you
make a gown with a
Oh my God!
Have you thought about it before?
Do you remember the other ones she usually do with snails? Pepper.
Newspaper, like a lot. Do man, like I'm inspired.
People are creative, and may
inspired.
God continue to bless the works of your hands. Today we're going to be reviewing some of sorry, I might not be calling your favorites, maybe the ones you saw on screen, but I'm going to be pointing out some of the people that I felt like, wow, this outfit is actually spectacular. All right, let's have the first on the list. There is nothing too spectacular about this look, but I liked it because of the whole swingery thingy, and
it's something regular that we always see.
It's something regular.
We have been saying it.
If I should rate her, maybe 4/10.
I'll give it 5.5. It's like body fitted and everything. So, but it's something that I'm always saying. Like I'm always seeing this. So there's nothing. I saw this. I was like, wow, I just screwed. I did not pay attention to this clothes. Yeah, to be honest.
But she last year she gave us something to talk about.
To be honest, she was in a suit.
Yeah.
I should have the co-host. So yeah. So
I was expecting her to do more, but maybe she decided to go for simplicity.
Yeah, Tyler, she's always giving something good.
All right, let's have the next person on the list. I think it's Beyonce. Beyonce is the second person on the list. Let's have
Beyonce took the night.
Beyonce came out as queen.
She hasn't been here for 10 years, and this is the reason why we miss her in the Met Gala.
When I posted her on my status, people were like, oh my God, after how many years?
Yes.
Oh my God, after how many years? And when you come out and you present yourself as a queen,
she took the night.
Honestly, this is beautiful.
A lot.
This is 10/10. This is 10/10.
The gown, the tray,
the hand glove, every single thing. It's giving skeleton.
Yes.
It's giving skeleton covered with some
beads. I think it's beaded.
Yeah, it's beaded actually.
Beaded, the skeleton part is beaded, and even her daughter Blue, looking good.
I think this is her first time.
Yeah, this is her first time.
So, maybe
she's also when they asked her about Blue, she said that Blue is ready. She's ready. She's ready to take the red carpet and
every single time.
Like she's ready.
I mean, of course, because she's all grown and her mother is there to put her at that spot and push
her very well.
Yes.
Yes.
So of course we don't expect less.
Yes,
Exactly. All right. Next person on the list is Ellen. Let's see what Ellen. This one gave me a goosebump.
Yeah. She's an artist.
Because I'm more like, what kind of magical outfit is this? Yes. I had to pause to look for where the bubbles are coming out from.
Yes. This is why it is called art. This is something I will see. It will blow my mind. This is the real definition of the costume and everything. It's giving art. Balloon, bubbles.
I don't know the magic they did.
Yeah.
But she's been on my FYP for anytime I scroll, people actually talk about this
outfit is very, very good.
It's not the regular.
It's the best look of the night.
It's not the regular outfit. And what wow people the most is the whole bubbles. Where is it coming out from? I guess someone is blowing it around it, but I don't know. But this is actually 1000/10.
Yes, it's very, very
me.
Good.
This is
very, very good. Looking very, very classy and simple. And very nice.
Magical.
Yes.
Very magical. All right, let's have Tyler. Tyler was was giving,
honest.
you know, all this Pharaoh's daughter or Pharaoh's wife.
Yes.
That is what her outfit is giving.
I'm looking at this outfit.
Princesses from Egypt or something. And I've been looking at this outfit and I'm like, you did better last year.
You did way better last 2 years.
You did better, even last 2 years.
That last 2 years, that sand, that's
that was what I'm talking about. That was exquisite. So this one, I don't know what you were trying to portray. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, but
something better.
We'll say something better. That was why I said when I saw this, okay, is she portraying a princess from Egypt or the queen, Pharaoh's wife or something?
It seems like that outfit, I don't know if I'm going to call it corset, that outfit there.
Yes,
like,
yes. And it's just beaded. It is. Because I had to zoom to look at it properly.
So
it's not like it's bare.
That outfit is good. But
it's creative, but we expected more.
Yes, I think so.
So I'll give it an 8 over 10.
Yes, exactly, 8 over 10.
Okay, let's check ENUGU. Yes, this one got me wondering.
I saw this outfit.
Now, can you see the tears?
Yeah.
Right? When I saw her outfit, I'm more like, is she giving a widow in tears or a mourning widow? Because first
like a slave, I don't know. Like that was what I asked
because
myself.
she's dressed in all black. And there's tears in her eyes. She's not looking happy. She's looking like, you know when a billionaire's wife comes to a funeral, her husband's funeral. Yes, exactly. So that's what it's giving. I am still the queen, but I'm mourning. I don't know the art behind the whole tears. Yeah. But it's explicit. I loved it because of the whole creativity, and maybe I'm not getting the whole idea behind the whole fashion.
Creativity is I'll give it a 7 over 10 because she tried and she was giving us something to talk about.
I think she wouldn't have smiled. She would have kept a more moody face to make it more. Anyways,
this is why we are watching the Met Gala. Something that will make us talk, and the creativity is the only
creativity in this outfit is the tears, because the outfit is not something we've never seen.
It's something that we are regular. I think what's it called again? What's her name again? Thames wore something like this at the and what's it called again? What's the name of this award?
Grammys?
Not Grammy. Oscars. Something like this at the Oscars. So yeah, we have seen something like this a lot.
6 over 10 for me. But the whole makeup on her face.
Like the makeup gave her 7.
All right, next on the list is Emma Chamberlain. So let's see.
This was giving me a whole lot.
I don't know what I felt when I saw this.
I'm like, it's a butterfly. Giving me feathers. I don't know, but the outfit is very, very good.
It's giving sea.
A mermaid fish, something like that. So I saw this outfit. It was very, very good, colorful. One of the best look of the night. And the colors there, giving a lot of rainbow, a lot of things is just happening here. Like you can see a lot of colors. Like
I wasn't really wowed. I think I was just attracted by the colors, and I was trying to give it a name. But I know it's giving it. The whole idea is sea life or sea fish or sea whatever.
But like a fish, because the feathers, that hand something is giving like feathers, and and then the trade, and it's giving the tail of a fish. So it's actually very, very nice. The creativity, I'll give this outfit a 9 over 10 because it is very good.
I think I'll give it a 9 over 10 too.
It's very good, and the skin color, everything, the shoes, the heels, is good. It's very, very good. I love this outfit. I think this is one of my top 5.
Really?
Yes. Yes. One of my top 5. This outfit is very good.
Let's check out Cardi B's outfit. You told me Cardi B was the last person to walk on the red carpet.
Queen of the night.
She's actually the drama.
Dramatic.
She is the drama.
She is giving us the drama.
When I saw Cardi, I said, "Oh no,
my God,
you are the drama. You can't do nothing."
Cardi B,
you are the drama.
I want to watch Met
because she's always there to wow you.
She makes me want to watch Met Gala. This is why I was awake till 3 a.m.
I don't know who this. You are literally waiting for Cardi B.
Yeah.
So if she didn't show up, you'd be disappointed.
I wasn't disappointed because I was like, wow, what's this?
No, but if she delayed, you would have been disappointed.
If she delayed.
If she didn't make it, you would have been disappointed.
Oh my, yes, she could have. I could have been disappointed if she didn't make it, and if she disappointed me with the outfit. Yes.
Because you can't make me wait for you, and you didn't show up looking all glam.
That's why, like, Cardi B has never disappointed.
But I don't understand. What do we title this outfit now?
I don't know. Like, and I haven't read her caption to know what she wrote about this outfit.
I don't know what to call this, but it's nice. It's explicit. I don't know the whole muzzle thingy in the shoulder.
Yes.
I don't know what to call it, but it is not something we always
like,
see. It's not the regular.
Something we have seen or something. She brings us something new. And believe me, when we might say something like this at the AMVC on Saturday, you know.
Nigerians will always recreate something.
Yes.
But you know one thing someone asked me, the person said, after seeing my stories, the person said, at the end of the day, what do they do with these outfits?
I think, as they say, like, the Met Gala is to, you know, raise money for the less privileged, and you know, and that's just it.
It's actually for the museum. This particular one is for the museum.
Yes.
But the outfit now, because the guy was like, this is waste of money for me, because you're not going to wear this clothes again. Now, you know how people reason most times. I've thought of it that even all these ones
this is her job.
Good. I don't know where, of course they won't wear this again. It's more like, I'm going to give it back to the fashion designer, do whatever you want to do with it, maybe make it an art or something. But the truth is, people have paid thousands and millions of naira for this out. So that's why the guy is more like, so at the end of the day now, after going for this Met Gala, what do they do with this outfit? I think there's this particular person, her outfit is giving tree with flowers and butterflies. I'm so sorry I didn't put it out there. It was also beautiful. It was exquisite. She was looking like a tree, a beautiful tree.
Oh yeah, I saw that outfit.
You saw it, right?
Make her way on time on the at the Met Gala.
I think she's one of
she's very like, it was good. And the person that started her, forgetting the name of the man, it's a man that started her. The person started Serena Williams last year, and it was good. I saw that outfit. I was like, wow, the outfit was very good. Like, I kind of giving something like
the butterfly was really
yes,
flying, and I'm like, this is super creative. All right, let's have Doja Cat's outfit. Let's see how. Now, when I saw this, my colleague was like, is it that they had to cut nylon and just stitch it together? Because this is looking like a trampoline. But it's beautiful anyway. It's beautiful.
This is what they call art. What can you do with a little piece?
Yes.
How can you be creative with it? So she made it something unique. This outfit is unique. It is unique and it is beautiful, and it matches her skin tone. If you watch the outfit, so it's nice. It's very nice. But
it's you know, when I saw this, like I said earlier, I felt like this is nylon, and whomever that come up with using a nylon to create a dress and thought of it on someone's body, and maybe thinking that, oh, it's not gonna get torn or some sort, you are super creative, because only stitching a nylon would get it torn.
I'm telling you.
I'm sure people will say this is not nylon, but of course it's looking like
it's a nylon.
It's looking like
a fabric nylon.
Yes,
we have seen this type of fabric a lot of times.
Yes, it's not like she's doing something spectacular. It's not new. It's not new.
It's not new. But something like
the creativity and mindset towards it gave it a wow. Anyways, I'll give it an 8 over 10.
I'll give the outfit a 7.
Okay, next on my list is Kim Kardashian. I do not know what she looks like.
I don't really like it.
I told my colleague that no, I don't think we should display this. She said no, this one is the right one to display, because what exactly are you looking like? What exactly is it? It's giving Power Rangers.
Yeah, giving Power Rangers, giving a lot of stuff. But I don't really.
There is nothing.
The colors of the outfit are nice, but you know, I don't know what she was trying.
It's giving, you know, all these Marvel movies.
Exactly.
The ladies and all.
Yes.
That is what her outfit is giving.
Yeah.
It's just there.
It's not just. It's just there, but
I don't see anything to talk about.
I can't picture this outfit, but it's just the colors. The colors are nice, but the cutting of these clothes and you know how they bodied it I don't know. There's something really off for me about this Kim's
I think
outfit.
it needed more. I think it needed more. Maybe in
I don't know,
a hand or
if it was
something.
like, you know, if there was a material, like, you know, down here, because I think the up is good. The up
But the
is
down
good, but
is
the down
something else.
is
And the
I don't know.
hand is so bare.
Yeah, it's so there. This is not.
This is a 4/10 for
I'm
me.
like I'm rating it 2/10 because there's
That's
nothing
so
really good. No, yeah, like, I'm trying to picture this outfit. I want to give the 2 is just for the up because she did a rough job.
Yeah,
And the
yes.
up, like, you know, the
It's
upper part of
giving
the
Power Rangers.
but the down is not that, you know. I've seen something, you know, very, very short, but at least give me something good, like, you know, maybe.
I mean, you are
Wow.
Kim Kardashian.
Yes, I was like, you know, she's one of the people that
We
we
want to see you do exploits.
That's
Anyways, last person on our list is Sabrina Carpenter. Let's have Sabrina Carpenter.
My
Beautiful. Beautiful.
God. My God.
I loved it. See, fashion designer. See, it's not by merging to Ankara. Oh. You need to go for an upgrade. You need to be super creative. Sabrina Carpenter's outfit is very beautiful.
Yes. Very, very beautiful.
Super beautiful.
One of the best look of the night. Very, very beautiful.
This is explicit. I don't know the material for this. It's giving that tape in, you know, that disc cassette when that's
so
raw.
creative.
So I'm like, okay, that
Like the
what
creativity is
behind it.
it's so nice. It's so creative, and like the hair, the little you know,
No
jewelry on the
accessories
front
and all.
of the hair is given. And you
It's
know, the
10/10
corsets
for me.
and, you know, the neck piece, like, you know, the turtleneck
It's
is
actually
and
10
the
over
tray,
10
like
for
everything
me.
is just good. Everything is so good.
They all brought out their A game.
I'm telling you, they
right?
all brought out
Every
their
single
A game.
person. Oh, I didn't display the men. There's this particular Sam what now?
Sam Smith.
Sam Smith. I forgot to display his outfit. When I posted it on my story, people were laughing.
Sam Smith.
He looked like a witch in that outfit because there was something on his hair that looks like he's trying to fly. You know, this whole wizard. Have you watched Wizard in Waverly Place
No, I haven't.
in Disney Channel?
No.
He was looking like a wizard. The creativity great, but when I saw it, I laughed because what in Jesus' name is this? Anyways, all the fashion designers, each and every one of them that put out their A game, and all the celebrities that showed up at the Met Gala did amazing. We are super proud.
It was so
of
nice.
them. It gave us the real costume arts.
Yes.
We expected it, and of course they said it's all for the fundraising of the museum, so we hope it actually gets to what they expected and it really raised the fund that they are expecting.
Obviously they will, because a lot of millions of dollars
Has been put into it.
like
So of course, yes.
Last night was amazing, and it's something to talk about. And
You know you had more fun because you watched it live.
yeah. I was screaming, like when I saw Beyonce's outfit. I was like, wow.
I didn't even bring out Rihanna's own.
Yeah,
My
but
goodness.
Rihanna kind of, you know, like, you know, we already seeing Rihanna's video on clip, like when she was living in the hotel room or something.
Yeah.
We already seen the clip before she made it to the red carpet. So you know, like, so we already, like, you know, Rihanna's outfit was very, very good. Like, you know, that kind of embodied something, I don't know, kind of.
Sorry, it looks like Sparagiros for me.
The outfit is very good.
No, it's good. But I'm like, what do I team this? What do I call this, right? It's giving Spyrogira. I don't know.
Yeah. It was the husbands and the husbands.
Yeah, oh my god.
Really nice.
I regret not bringing up the men for this.
Yeah, I think that's the best look for me at the men. Like, you know, that's his husband's outfit. That's the best look for me for the night. And yeah.
You know, Franklin, I love doing this whole review with you. AMVCA is happening this weekend. So we know Nigerians are not going to fail us.
Exactly.
We're going to be reviewing your outfits.
Yeah, so not fail us. I already seen a clip. What's it called? Tosi Siva. He's a blogger. And there's this outfit just a normal gown, pink gown, selling for $10,000. That's 30,700,000 naira just for NVCA. So I am expecting Nigerians to do a lot, because Nigeria, this is their brand. This is where you show yourself to brands. So yeah.
You know the sad things, someone also part of the Nollywood said this might be the last AMVCA. So like, if it
Last
happens,
AMVCA,
it might. It's
not
not a probability.
it's impossible.
We don't know yet.
I think it's impossible. This
We don't know yet.
they make that, like, there's no how they can count. It's just like you're saying that this might be the last Grammy Award.
No, you don't get why they said it's the last one.
Why?
It's the whole fight between MultiChoice, Paramount, Warner Bros, and all that.
No, the thing is that
Because you know they showcase AMVCA on African Magic Series.
yes.
So that's why they said it might be the last. Our time is almost up. Anyways, Franklin, I had a great time doing this review with you.
You see me here.
I will do this maybe on Monday. Let's see what Nigerians are gonna do in the African Magic Viewers Choice Award.
Yeah.
So the show has come to an end, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for not leaving us. I'm sure you had a great time, from the stories to the fashion review. We'll be doing this more often. I know you missed fashion reviews like this, and we had to do it today being Tuesday because Met Gala happened last night. So follow all our social media platforms, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and of course join us same time tomorrow for more insights like this. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I remain your baby girl, Queeneth Wokunta.
Every second, every minute, every day, news is breaking, events occur, and there are new developments. At Signature TV, we follow these stories objectively, bringing all sides without bias, explaining the complex issues, breaking down the numbers, and investigating the issues behind the news. Anywhere and everywhere, near or far, wherever the news is, we will be there. Signature TV. News in your pocket.
You remember what happened? The president came in and removed subsidy. Though we've not gotten to that point. But all these things are accumulation of poor preparations. You see, if you are going into it, anybody that wants to drive will first of all learn to drive. If you want to do anything, you learn it. But in Nigeria, you learn by just name. And you run into the system. And when your car breaks down, you look for the best mechanic, not minding the tribe, not minding the religion. But Nigeria is sick. Nigeria is like a car with a lot of, but we keep on hiring the even after removing fuel subsidy. We've not gone out from. In fact, it's like we are fast running back to what we left before. You remember years back, we stopped experiencing queues in filling stations. Now it's coming back, and coming back with speed. As we talk, there is no PMS price in Nigeria. You cannot say that as I'm going in station A, I know how much it should be, or you are going to finish station B. No, once you go in, whatever you see, you buy. You can come in now and they will write, like when I was coming out, the filling station where I bought for 950 naira. Go to other states, it's 1,000 plus. And just like that. If I take it to be 1,950 naira now, I may enter another fuel station and see 1,100 or whatever. That is the way it has become. Even the Department of Petroleum Resources that we destroyed before, they tinkered it without changing any of the systems. So I must tell you that the stories that are about vessels loading from this point to they have even brought in middle persons and so many bureaucratic approach that will help them cut corners. They divert all those. In fact, even as we talk, the quantity of products leaving the country illegally is another issue. If the nearby countries are getting our products, but the city cannot get it, that is an issue. Where do they get the ones that ship out, they transfer to nearby countries like Niger, Cameroon, illegally? Go to Cotonou, you see our products illegally transferred, even as we talk. If you are telling us that it's because of mother and daughter transfer and whatever, that is why we are thunderstorm, you could get the quantity that is being moved out, then something is wrong. Let me tell you, what is happening in the power sector, or rather oil sector, is a collaboration of mindsets. And they know what they are doing. They collaborate to punish Nigeria. And except the system is overhauled, and except those in the key players in government, except they determined to do the right thing, it will continue. The first thing you do, if it gets worse, they will come and tell us another gram again. They will tell you, I will have enough, don't go into panic buying, yet you see it worsening. So, continuing, so that is the question. Has it been a continuous thunderstorm every moment, every day? That is the question.
Every second, every minute, every day, news is breaking, events occur, and there are new developments. At Signature TV, we follow these stories objectively, bringing all sides without bias, explaining the complex issues, breaking down the numbers, and investigating the issues behind the news. Anywhere and everywhere, near or far, wherever the news is, we will be there. Signature TV. News in your pocket. Every second, every minute, every day, news is breaking, events occur, and there are new developments. At Signature TV, we follow these stories objectively, bringing all sides without bias, explaining the complex issues, breaking down the numbers, and investigating the issues behind the news. Anywhere and everywhere, near or far, wherever the news is, we will be there. Signature TV. News in your pocket.
Tanko said within 4 years of Peter Obi's tenure in office, he will show the roadmap of achieving fundamentally improved electricity and the general economy of Nigeria.
Nigerians are producing some of the best ideas on how to generate electricity all over the world. So why can't we do it at home? Because we have leaders who have already triumphed in criminality. Because we have been depending so much on Kenji Dam for years. Have you seen any innovation? None. The one that they did and stole the money was in Mambila Plateau. When BBC did an investigation, they went and found that there's nothing on that particular ground. A Peter Obi will never do that. In fact, he will go there almost on a monthly basis to ensure that the project is up and running. Within 1 year, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi can show the roadmap to building strong electronics consumption to the people. We're just running about 3,000 and all. He can improve it to about 10,000 within 1 year. Because we have the expertise, Nigerians have the expertise to put those mechanisms in place. Just 1 year.
According to Tanko, his principle will make an impactful leadership, display accountable and transformative leadership, and build a nation that answers to the needs and expectations of the citizens in education, health, agriculture, and security.
ASU have made consistent requests on how to make the educational system in Nigeria more comfortable. They've requested for salary, they've requested for equipment, putting those particular schools, making them comfortable. How long would it take you to put all of that? If Mr. Peter will be granted most of the things that ASU required to make these universities more great and improving the educational system, just like he did in Anambra, what do you expect? It's a success of even that 1 year. We have arable land, which he talk about on a constant basis, and it's domiciled in the north, where we have major population. And insecurity is more dominant in the northern part. Now he said, okay, every local government, I'm dealing with the cooperative society, I'm dealing with the emirs, I'm dealing with the farmers directly. When your farming season starts probably in June, for example, I've already provided you in January tractors and seedling that you require. Within a short period of time, less than just 1 year production, massive production, you will see the dynamics and changes that will affect the younger generation in the north. That is of the success.
He regretted that the ruling party has not provided any governance and dividends of democracy to Nigerians since assuming office.
Even in the 8 years, if you do not want to do, you cannot achieve it. Give me 16 years. If you're not prudent, you will never achieve anything. We've seen it now. The last president before he died, what do we have? What did we get from him? What did we get for the 8 years? Just tell me tangible things that we got from the 8 years. If not for the completion of some of the projects that Mr. Jonathan did at that time. So this way we are here already 2 years, nothing to show for it. Nothing. So when people talk about whether 4 years is because we are always denying ourselves that we can achieve something within a short period of time. It is doable. Very much doable. We only need to work together as a team.
In the next 2 years, Nigerians will be heading to the polls to elect a new president that will govern for another 4 years. The obedient are optimistic that a new Nigeria is possible under Peter Obi as president. In Abuja, Nasiru Usman for Signature TV.
Every second, every minute, every day, news is breaking, events occur, and there are new developments. At Signature TV, we follow these stories objectively, bringing all sides without bias, explaining the complex issues, breaking down the numbers, and investigating the issues behind the news. Anywhere and everywhere, near or far, wherever the news is, we will be there. Signature TV. News in your pocket.
Well, hello and welcome to Inside Health on Signature TV, your health show where complex health issues are broken down into bite-sized information that will help you take care and take charge of your health and well-being. Well, today we have a very deeply personal, in my view, and very relevant topic: infertility. The costs of infertility in Nigeria's growing fertility industry. And by statistics, going by statistics, it will interest you to note that 1 in 4 couples will experience some level of infertility at some point, which means that 20 to 25% of couples do experience infertility. Well, we want you to stick around because there is more. We're not just talking about the financial costs of infertility, we're also talking about the emotional and the or rather the socio-economic impact also of infertility. Our guest is in the studio and I'll introduce him just in a bit. My name is Chige Chiagorom, and we want you to go on over to our social media platforms on YouTube, on Facebook, our Signature TV official. Go like, comment, share. We want to hear from you. Not forgetting that we're airing also on SLTV channel 265. Don't go anywhere.
Every second, every minute, every day, news is breaking. Events occur and there are new developments. At Signature TV, we follow these stories objectively, bringing all sides without bias, explaining the complex issues, breaking down the numbers, and investigating the issues behind the news. Anywhere and everywhere, near or far, wherever the news is, we will be there. Signature TV. News in your pocket.
Well, if you're just joining us, this is still Inside Health on Signature Television, and we are discussing the costs of infertility in Nigeria's growing fertility industry. And our guest is an expert. He's a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist. He's a fertility specialist, and he's also a minimal access surgeon. He's Dr. Innocent ENUGU. Welcome, Doctor, and thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely.
And good evening, viewers.
I think the pleasure is actually ours, but all right. I see you're a minimal, well, other designations I understand, but a minimal access surgeon. Who is a minimal access surgeon?
Well,
and what does he do?
No, minimal access surgery on itself is a procedure, a type of surgery where you use a minimal incision, just little or no incision to do some surgeries. So those people who do that are called the minimal access surgeons.
Okay.
But
okay. So
it works. All the aspect of minimal access surgery also works in tandem with fertility investigations.
OBGYN.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Now, infertility is a growing issue, and it's growing even after, as time goes on. You did hear my introduction where I said, I got that, by the way, from statistics online, that 20 to 25% of couples do experience infertility issues at some point in time. Now, if that is correct, we'll get to that, but I need you to, in very simple terms, explain what infertility is, because sometimes the layman thinks he knows exactly what infertility is, but I need you as a specialist to just define it. Let Mama Nkechi, that's the market woman in the market, have an understanding of infertility.
Okay, thank you for that. Infertility is inability of a couple to achieve conception or become pregnant after regular unprotected sexual intercourse for a period of about 1 year. So in other words, if they have lived together, practiced regular intercourse, and they are unable to achieve conception for up to 1 year, I would say that they have infertility. Yes.
All right. So if it's less than 1 year, it is not.
Strictly speaking, we say 1 year, but there are conditions that a couple may have that we may not want to wait for that 1 full year. But strictly speaking, by definition, it's 1 year.
Okay. There's another medical word that is coming to my mind now, which is sterility.
Okay.
Is infertility sterility? What is the difference?
In case of infertility, you talk about the male and the female or couple together. Sterility can be individually. A man can be sterile. Well, sterility could be a cause of infertility. But strictly speaking, you can't say both are the same.
Okay. Now, what are some of the causes? What are some of the causes and, of course, predisposing factors? Because I do realize that there are primary, causes,
yes,
and then there are secondary causes.
No, let me even put it. Infertility is also further divided into primary infertility and secondary infertility. In primary infertility, both couples have not been pregnant before. Let me say the woman has not been pregnant before.
She has never taken in
at all. That is primary infertility. In secondary infertility, she may have taken in before, whether she achieved a live baby or not, but she has taken it before. But subsequently, it's now finding it very difficult to become pregnant again. That is secondary infertility. There's also what we call unexplained infertility, which could be the primary and the secondary can also be classified into unexplained infertility. And what that one means is that we have totally investigated this woman and the husband who could not find out the cause of that infertility. We call it unexplained infertility.
Okay, so what are some of the causes? What are some of the things that can cause infertility?
Okay. Infertility can be caused by a problem coming from either the woman or the man, or both of them put together. But if I may start with the woman, there are lots of causes. And it's those causes that we target when we're investigating them, when we're looking at what is responsible for this infertility. It could be what we call ovarian factor, problem with the ovaries, which may affect ovulation. It could also be due to a uterine factor. It could also be due to a cervical factor.
I'm sorry to cut you short, doctor.
Okay.
Some people listening to you might not know what ovarian or uterine is. Could you just use the the regular English words for these parts of the body?
Okay. I will try.
Okay. I know it's not easy.
Yes, to make it simple.
Yes.
Well, like I said, infertility could be caused by problems from the man or from the woman, or both of them. And if I start from the woman, it can be problem coming from the ovary of that woman. It can also be problem coming from the womb of the woman. It could also be problem coming from the mouth of the womb of that woman. So let's talk about the ovary. It can also be hormonal problem, as the case may be. So let's talk about the womb of the woman. A woman may have a congenital abnormality affecting the womb. Problems she came out of the world with that may make her womb incapable of, carrying baby. It could be a cause. Sometimes things like fibroid, which we know, that occurs in the womb, you may just operate fibroid and the complications of that surgery may cause infertility. Again, the location of the fibroid in that womb too. If it stays in a place where the sperm passes through the womb to the tubes, it can also obstruct the sperm from getting into the tubes and then to go and fertilize the ovary. It may also cause that. The womb factor too, or the uterine factor. Some people when they have miscarriage or have what they call a criminal abortion, it may also affect the lining of the womb and may make it close. So these are also things in the womb that may cause that. There are other things that may cause infertility, especially in our environment. Infections generally. And that infection could come from sexually transmitted infections. It could also come from infections coming from a woman who delivered in a place that is not clean. It can also come from infection got from treatment of a woman who had miscarriage and was not treated in a hygienic and clean place. So infections could come into the body through that. And that infection may also damage the womb or damage the tubes of that woman. And these things can result to infertility. There are other causes of infertility. Hormonal problems with what we call, I don't know how to explain this one, but the hypothalamo-pituitary gonadal axis, when there are abnormalities there, it may also cause
It's a part of
infertility.
the brain, right?
Yes, part of the brain that connects the reproductive organ. There might be some hormonal abnormalities there that may also lead to infertility. The other conditions, what we call polycystic ovarian syndrome,
PCOS.
can cause that PCOS or endometriosis. This leads to some hormonal changes that may not allow a woman to ovulate very well. Other causes of infertility include age. It's known that as a woman advances.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Before we'll get to that. I guess they're under something like predisposing factors to infertility. Because I don't want us to lose track of what we're talking about. Don't forget, we need to talk about the males. What causes infertility?
Of course.
Go on with the males.
In males are abnormalities with the sperm. It's not sperm that is the seed that is needed from the male for conception to occur. But for one reason or the other, some may not have it. There are congenital anomalies that can cause that. What we call Klinefelter syndrome, what we call Kalman syndrome. Those things they are congenital conditions.
The man
that
was
may,
born with
yes, born with it, that may make you not to be able. There are also some infective causes in men, same sexually transmitted diseases that may affect where the sperm is being produced or where it is coming out from. It can also cause infertility. And a whole lot of other things in men.
Do men experience hormonal issues as women?
Yes, they experience hormonal issues too, like hyperprolactinemia. When they have excess prolactin in them, it can also cause infertility. They also experience hormonal issues. In fact, problems with the same hypothalamo-pituitary gonadal axis in men can also cause that infertility. But notably in our environment is that infective origin, infections, like sexually transmitted illnesses, and the whole lot of them.
All right, let's talk about lifestyle issues that can predispose either a man or a woman to infertility. Can you talk about, I know you did mention age for women. Are there other lifestyle, activities that can affect
yes, there are
fertility?
There are lifestyle activities that can do that. People who are chronic alcoholics or chronic smokers, these are lifestyle that can actually affect fertility both in man and woman. Drug users too,
Hard drugs.
Drug users, yes. Chronic alcoholics, chronic cigarette smokers. These are lifestyles that can actually affect fertility. Obesity, we become obese also from our,
a certain age.
Yes, the way we eat,
And the way
binge eating, and development of obesity also affect, may also lead to infertility. Obesity may also be linked to other chronic medical illnesses like diabetes mellitus. I didn't remember to tell you this one. There are other chronic medical illnesses that may predispose one to infertility, like diabetes, which is also linked to obesity we are talking about.
Yeah.
Thyroid disorders can also predispose
Explain
one
thyroid
to.
disorders. Could it be
We have the
just for women?
for both men and women, but more pronounced in women. Thyroid disorders, diabetes mellitus, and other chronic medical illnesses may also predispose one to infertility. And that's why when we're managing them, if you have those conditions already, we may want to take care of that before we go to infertility management proper.
All right. Yes. Now, does age affect both genders when it comes to fertility? I know that, of course, for women it's pronounced, but is it the same thing with men? As men age, do they still produce quality, sperm cells?
Age, like you said, affects ability to reproduce, not only in human beings, but in other lower animals. But for women, human beings, by the time you get to 35, ability to become pregnant begins to dip. And as age advances, of course, it dips more, to the extent that by the time you're getting to 47, and your menstrual period may begin to cease and things like that. So really, age affects fertility more pronounced in women. In men also, age do affect fertility, but not as pronounced as in women. You know that as we age, other chronic medical illnesses may begin to creep in. hypertension, diabetes mellitus, and other diseases that may even affect the man's ability to have sexual intercourse, or that the drugs you are using to treat those medical conditions may also have effect on sperm production. So as you advance in your age, and those medical conditions are beginning to come in, apart from age on its own, it may also affect your ability to reproduce. So it does in men, but not as pronounced as in women.
Right. Now, you're the medical director of a fertility clinic here in ENUGU. Would you say that, given your experience, that people are getting more infertile than they used to? Would you say that is a thing now? It's something that you notice, not really by research, but something you've noticed in practice? More people, young, middle-aged, whatever, they are getting more infertile, as the,
yes,
years go by. What would you attribute it to?
Yes, I can say so, because based on my practice, it really worries me when you see very young people that you expect, got married to become pregnant immediately, and they still come with this problem of infertility. Yes, more people, yes, are getting infertile, I'll put it that way. Because, worldwide, say about over 73 million couples suffer this infertility. And even in our own environment, up to 20 to 45% of a couple have this infertility. And what
young people?
Well, across the different, yes, different ages. And well, what I can attribute to that, especially in our environment, is infective causes. When women deliver in an unhygienic environment, or due to the increased incidence of pelvic inflammatory diseases in our women, again, more people are becoming aware that there are other things which they don't know before that can be done to solve their infertility problems. So either because of the availability of these assisted reproductive techniques, or a combination of that availability and the presence of this infection, or increase in the incidence of pelvic inflammatory diseases, or two of them combined together. I think that's part of the reason why they are coming more from what I noticed. In other words, what I mean is that before something like IVF came into being in this country, those who have attended clinics and their infertility problems seem to not to be solved except through IVF.
Yeah.
Before now, they don't know that those things exist, but now they know. So more of them are coming. So apart from that, infection is also another increase in the incidence of infection, prevalence of infective conditions, and making them to come more.
Now, this might look like a conspiracy theory, but there's a school of thought that's saying that there's a global plan to reduce the population of people in Africa. Do you think we should beam our lights? I mean, the scientific community should beam her lights on certain pharmaceutical products that are coming into this country? Because how can you explain that a young, vibrant, male, female got married, no prior history of infertility, no infection, yet they can't conceive? What are your thoughts?
I hear those theories.
Yes.
And to be honest, it worries me.
It does.
And being a fertility specialist, I know people will ask you, even in clinic. So I think our scientists, our researchers, our government should look deep into that. Because, come to look at it, the donor agencies that come from developed countries to come and help us, they're more interested in giving us contraception, family planning. But fertility, which WHO has defined as a disease on its own, has a great toll on women. They are not sponsoring that. Government is not actually helping. our health sector and our insurance services hardly cover infertility care. Yet, contraception, family planning, are aimed at
reducing.
Yes.
And you do know that some organizations, I mean non-governmental, that are faith-based, that decide they're not going to do preventive, just giving you this information. They don't believe in preventive, whatever, to HIV, so they don't talk about condoms, and they cut down their, their sponsorship drastically as a punitive reaction or something. So they are not, my point exactly is that they are not as interested in fertility as they are in prevention.
Yes, but why I said I can categorically say that they have an ulterior motive is that even also in developed countries, it's not all the people in developed countries that their insurance scheme covers fertility, just as we have in this place. But there are some there that can, to an extent, cover, the cost of fertility treatment. Okay. So I can't really say for sure that they are against our having children. I can't say, but there's no smoke without fire. I've heard that people ask me, but I can't prove it.
True.
So I can't just stand here to tell you that they have ulterior motive, but there's no smoke without fire.
All right. Now, before we get to the cost implications and other implications of infertility, the gaps that you have, talked about now, that is what your clinic and some other fertility clinics have come up to say, okay, let's bridge this gap in our society. Tell us exactly the different interventions that the couple that's been experiencing infertility can go through. You mentioned IVF.
Yeah.
There are still, I think there are two others. There's surrogacy. Yeah. Can you take us through them one after the other?
Yes. The infertile couples or couple struggling with infertility, they have options. And the options include, first, when they come to the clinic, let me put it this way, the options include presenting really, really on time. So when they come, they will now see that there are so many options left for them. When we ask them questions and examine them and investigate them, the thing is to treat whatever we think is the cause of that infertility. Like I said, if it's just ordinary hyperprolactinemia or problem with ovulation, in which the woman's tubes are patent and the husband's sperm is fine, we may just do what we call ordinary ovulation induction and timed sexual intercourse. We'll just try to help the woman to bring out, as in to stimulate egg production and release, and the husband can just go in and get her wife pregnant. If that works, that is fine. If it doesn't work, another thing we do, depending on what we find out on investigations, we can do what we call IUI, intrauterine insemination. But in that case, the woman must have a patent tube.
What do you mean by patent tube?
A patent tube, the tubes must be
free and...
Yes, it's not blocked. Because for us to do IUI, the sperm still has to pass through the tubes. So IUI is also an option. In that case, we do some treatment with the sperm, stimulate ovulation in the woman, and then inject the sperm into the woman in the laboratory. Okay. That's also an option that they have. Another option is other assisted reproductive techniques, in which IVF, in vitro fertilization, is part of it, depending on the cause. If a woman's tube is totally blocked, the only option is that IVF. So it's an option. We may do IVF for that woman. There's another one we call IVF with ICSI, intracytoplasmic sperm injection. It's another assisted reproductive technique. There are so many of them. The ZIFT and the GIFT, what we call zygote intrafallopian transfer and gamete intrafallopian transfer.
And all these procedures are available?
And they are all available. They are all available in our center and available in most of the IVF centers in ENUGU here. Other options available for them include adoption, surrogacy, depending on the cause of that infertility. So you can offer all this to assist.
Can you also assist with adoption?
No. Adoption has something also to do with the government.
Government.
Yes.
Yes.
The only thing is you have to let them, if that is the only option, you may bring it to their awareness that they can actually go and adopt. And then we'll start searching for government establishments and agencies that could help.
All right,
that's
that's fine. How affordable are these procedures? Because someone listening to you now is itching to know. How affordable? You said they are available, established, but how affordable are they? Can you give us like a range? Yeah.
Well, I have to tell you, infertility treatment is costly. It's really costly. It's not somebody. It depends on the cost and the type of treatment you want to give. As you move from ovulation induction to IUI to IVF to all these ones I mentioned, the cost increases. But generally, it's a very costly thing. The investigations alone, because you don't just start treating, you start with investigations. Those things is one of the impediments that infertile couple, experience. They're costly. They are just costly. The investigations are costly, and the treatment itself.
Yes.
Yes.
Are there guarantees? Is there a particular procedure that there's at least 90 to 100% guarantee?
No. Even the IUI we are talking about. In fact, it's not guaranteed. The only thing is that if you're able to identify the cause and properly treat it, then there is hope that the woman will get pregnant. But you don't tell the woman that I'm 100% sure that you're going to get pregnant. Something like IUI, there's a success rate 1 in 10.
1 in 10.
1 in 10. Then IVF, even in developed countries, have about 20 to 35% success rate. So they are not guaranteed, and that's not add to the cost, because you pay that exorbitant amount. If it doesn't work out, you have to really come again. In some people, it could be 100%. So when you do IVF, they carry triplets at a go. To them, is 100%. But generally speaking, you cannot just guarantee a woman that once I do this, you're going to become pregnant. So it's costly. In terms of price, you just asked about price of treatment. It depends on the kind of treatment you want to give. But for something like IVF, in this ENUGU now, price range of about 3 million to 3 to about 4 million. But
the procedure?
Yes, the IVF procedure itself. But the fact it doesn't end there. Maybe this woman, on the course of investigation, you find that there are other factors involved that may also need money. So you need to take care of those factors before you even come to the price of the IVF. So usually we want to encourage them, they come, first evaluate them, sort out problems if there are problems, then before we come to IVF proper. And that's where the cost you are talking about comes in. So when you're talking about cost, you look at cost of investigation, sorting out all those other problems, but the cost of the IVF proper. But by and large, it's cheaper in this environment compared to the developed countries.
It's really a sad story, but moving on, there's this new wave. You know how it is with blood donation, where there are commercial blood donors.
Yes.
So there's this, it even made the news today in the morning when we were talking on our morning show, where doctors were decrying young undergraduate students coming to donate their eggs for money, So is there a regulation available? Because this has to have a health implication of the young girls in the long run.
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
My thought is that, let me start by telling the public that most of the patients that undergo IVF, most of them they are old, 45, 47, probably
they are
50-year-old.
They are older.
Yes, women who does not produce quality eggs again. Even some of them don't menstruate again, so you cannot get egg from their body. The egg we use for them is from these young girls. It's not an illegal action. In developed countries, they donate eggs. Just the way you can donate blood,
Yes.
kidney, or any part of human body, eggs can also be donated. So when I hear those things in the social media about, selling people, nobody gets egg to sell. We just get the egg to assist those older women who cannot produce egg.
Based on donation?
Yes,
strictly.
based on donation. And they donate for two reasons. Either for money. Abroad, in some areas, they donate for, not for money, call it altruistic reasons. So either they donate for money, they are paid, or they donate because they just want to donate without any financial gain. But the point I'm trying to make is that it's not an illegal thing. In developed countries, people donate eggs.
But
they donate sperm too.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
They donate sperm.
What I'm actually thinking about is it's possible that there could be commercialization of this.
More
like a black market, an emerging black market where young girls know that they can go and get paid quick cash and just someone will just take their eggs.
I am not aware.
You wouldn't be.
I am not aware of that because you don't just get this egg and
it's not like urine.
Sell it like a goosey. You have to get the egg and put it where it will be viable. So if what you're saying is true, is it that there are some IVF centers who assist in doing that? I am not aware. But I know these eggs is not for commercial purpose per se. It's just that all these older women who come for IVF, it's through donor egg programs that they're able to.
Donor egg programs.
Yes, that they're able to get. Yes, they're able to get pregnant. What I mean, donor egg programs. We get eggs from those young ones. Yes, there are regulations, especially in developed countries. There are acts and laws guiding that. Of course, you don't. In this country, I know, you don't take the age bracket is from 19 to about 28. That lady is not, in fact, some from 21 to about 28. They can't go and collect egg from a 14-year-old girl or a minor. So from between 21 and 28, these are adults. There are also regulations. Before they come for egg donation, we screen them. It's not all of them that come that you will take. You have to screen for different diseases. And some of them, by the time you're telling them you are not qualified to donate, you see them even crying. Please take me. But you can't take her because she's not qualified. She has HIV. You're not going to take her. She has other congenital abnormalities. You won't take her. Are you getting me? So it's a legal thing and people donate egg. But like you say, regulations. There are some regulations. If you're not up to that 21, we're not going to take egg from you. Then we also educate them on egg donation, what it is, the available complications. They even have to sign some documents. Yes. So that, I mean, yes, they won't say you grab them on the street and you went for their eggs. They sign some documents. The process of the aspiration of egg to be also sign some documents. So it's not something, it's not hidden. It's just that for us to assist those older women, we really have to get eggs from the younger ones. And these voluntary donation. They don't force you to come and donate egg. And in this environment, they all do it for money.
Well, very quickly, before we go on a short break, I want you to speak to something. Now, assuming a lady or a couple goes through IVF like 2 to 3 times, is there any physical implication on the woman? Does it affect her health in a certain way? Just the way women who give birth through cesarean section are told after this number of children, it's not advised that you go again because of the toll it takes on the body. Does it take any toll physically on the woman to go through multiple IVF procedures?
Yes, I would say yes, in the sense that, IVF itself has some complications associated with it.
The procedure itself?
The procedure itself. Because for us to get that quantity of eggs from that woman, we have to hyper stimulate, as we have to make the body produce plenty eggs, and it's medications, medications and hormones that we use to do that. Even amongst the girls that donate, when we stimulate, we tell them at least stay for about 6 months before you come again. Are you getting me? Stay about 6 months so that your ovaries will rest and come back to normal before you come again. And by the time they are donating 3-4 times, we ask them to stop. Are you getting me? So the same thing with a woman who is repeatedly doing IVF. The process itself has some complications. From ovarian stimulation, we can overstimulate them, which is what we call OHSS, ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome, even as we are doing the first one.
Wow.
And if it's a very severe one, it can lead to death.
Wow.
During the aspiration of the egg, there are also some complications associated with it. The pregnancy itself, remember that the patient took in through IVF does not mean that other complications that may be associated with pregnancy will not be there. No, they will be there. It's even more in them, in the sense that they may be carrying 2 or 3. So those complications associated with the process of the IVF itself, carrying the pregnancy up to delivery, is not something you would want any woman to be doing year after year. And remember, here we don't just put one. Here, you might just deliver twin triplets in the first attempt. I'm sure she's going to she will rest, yes, for the next 2-3 years, because she'll be willing to come. And so it's it's not the cost implication alone will not even allow them to come so frequently like this. The complications associated with them will not allow them to do it. But if I may just answer you, it's not something, of course, if you do repeatedly year after year, which is not possible due to the cost and other things, you may land yourself in some troubles because of the risk associated with the procedure itself.
Right.
I don't know whether...
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go on a short break, and when we get back, we'll be busting some myths. Do stay with us.
With a population of about 36 million people, the Southeast is awash with stories. Every day on Southeast News, we tell the peculiar story of the Southeast and her people.
Our Southeast should be the Silicon Valley of Nigeria.
Their successes, achievements, and daily challenges. Do you have a Southeast story to share? Community achievements and challenges, completed and uncompleted projects, bad roads, water scarcity, erosion, flooding, insecurity, or even disagreements? Bring it on to Southeast News. On Southeast News, no story is too big or too small. Southeast News. Let's tell our story. Showing on Signature TV every weekday at 4 p.m. WAT, 1600 hours GMT.
Many thanks for staying with us. Don't forget that we're still talking infertility. The costs of infertility in Nigeria's growing infertility industry, and we still have Dr. Innocent Anayochukwu in the studio doing justice to this topic. Now, before we went on the break, I did say that we're going to be busting some myths. What it means is that you're going to be answering direct questions from misconceptions that people have about infertility. So the first one is, infertility is always the woman's fault. Now, I know that there's this statistics around it. So is it always the woman's fault, or is it 50-50?
No, it's not always the woman's fault.
Okay.
And that is the problem we have in this area. In fact, when it comes to contribution, it's said 30 to 40% of infertility is from the woman. Cause of infertility is from the woman. The other 30 to 40% is from the man. So it cannot be from the woman alone. But in this environment, the whole burden
Is
on the woman. And that is what, I don't know.
I should ask you, in your clinic, do you see this scenario play out where it's only the woman coming first, and then reluctantly the husband might just tag along?
No.
Or they often come together?
You rarely see the man and the woman coming together. The woman usually comes first. And at the time, the man may even find it difficult to accompany the woman, telling the woman that you are
the cause.
Yes, because oftentimes when I demand for their husband, and you hear the woman telling you that, Oga, check me first.
Oh my.
The man never believed he has a problem. Eventually, when the man comes, you may find out that he's even the person responsible for the infertility. So it's not always
It's
the
not
woman.
always the woman.
Yes.
So
It's
do
not always
you
the
do some kind of counseling? Because
Yes.
you have to.
Yes.
When you see these things, how do you go about it?
No, really, you have to counsel them. You have to counsel them. If you get the man, I make every effort to get the man involved. And you have to start. There's no way you can treat infertility without proper counseling, because it has a lot of
Emotional and psychological aspects.
economic
Yes.
consequences.
Those are the implications.
Yes, you really have to. You start treatment with counseling. Because if you don't counsel, some of them may even abandon the treatment halfway and go, and the problem remains. So we'll counsel them that there's a need for both of you to come, so they'll properly, evaluate and find out where the problem is from. Because you can imagine if the problem is not from the woman and the woman continue to visit you, you're not going to get anywhere.
True.
So we'll counsel
How
them
do you
that-
even manage your emotions? Because you're always listening to people's issues,
Yes,
the complications around it,
yes,
family
sir.
issues.
Yes,
How
sir.
do you manage your own, emotions?
We have to, because that's what we are trained to
Yeah.
do. But it's also not easy, especially when it comes to IVF, and you do it and it's not successful. It can be a lot of emotional trauma on you yourself.
Sure.
Yes. So it's not only the woman.
Sure. All right. Traditional herbs and spiritual remedies are more effective or as effective as medical treatment. Someone will say there are plenty ways to kill a rat.
No,
Does that apply in this case?
No, from my own knowledge, it is not more effective than medical treatment. It's not even as effective as medical treatment.
Okay.
I think medical treatment is more effective than that. Why did I say that? We find that the first, because of either cost or whatever reason, our culture or whatever, they get to those traditional people, waste a lot of money, even harm themselves, and finally they come to hospital. So they themselves know that it's not even as effective as medical, and it's not more effective than medical. But maybe cost, culture, our custom, push them to those traditional things. Eventually they come back to us, which means it's not more effective
didn't get
than
the
the medical.
answer
Yes,
they were looking
when
for.
they get there, they still come back. So,
Okay. Okay, this is very funny. If you can't conceive naturally, you're not meant to be a parent. Maybe based on culture or superstition. Maybe it's the will of God, which was why I told you that you have to do a lot of counseling.
yes.
When do you get to that point when you notice that your patient is about pulling away from, treatments from an already, instituted treatment?
Well, if you counsel them well, they are not likely to do that. But like you said, if you can't conceive naturally that you are what? You're not a woman or something like that. It's not true now. Even from the Bible days, there were people who had infertility. Yes. So the one happening now cannot be. Yes, if you conceive naturally, no problem. So thank God. But there are
Yes.
still some percentage of women who cannot. And when they present on time, we can make them get pregnant.
Sure.
And you get pregnant. You not become a woman that people say you are not, or
Yeah.
a mother that people say you are not.
Now, when these women, when they conceive, at least those who give birth to triplets, do they still, do you still follow them up, or you refer them to antenatal clinics, other places, or you follow them up until when they give birth?
Most times when they get pregnant, we refer them to antenatal centers.
Okay.
Where the pregnancy can be managed. Sometimes some of them will refuse. Yes. to go to
Understandably so.
other places. Those ones will still have a way of doing antenatal care for them and delivering them. Yes. But if they wish to, like some of them may come from Lagos, from Abuja, you get them pregnant, they have to go back there and then register antenatal in a nearby place to where they reside. But some who resides here in ENUGU may not agree to go to another place, or will try to persuade them to go. Or if they refuse, still have a way of doing antenatal care for them and still deliver them.
Some couple would rather go childless than go through surrogacy. What do you think?
Well, it depends on choice.
You didn't quite explain what surrogacy means. Explain it first.
Just in common terms, means another woman carrying baby
Okay.
for someone.
Is it the woman's eggs and the husband, the other one's husband?
It could be. Just in simple terms, let me say, I'm a woman now, and my womb is not good. Doctor has advised that, or maybe you've done repeated IVF, due to uterine factor is not working. They just go to contract a woman that may carry baby for you. And when that woman delivers that baby, the woman gives you back your baby. So it could be your own egg if you're young. Bring out your egg, use your husband's sperm. Then fertilize the egg.
Okay.
Then put the baby inside of the woman who could carry the baby, because you on my own womb as a woman is not functioning well. So we put the baby in the womb of another woman who will carry that pregnancy. She is paid. And then when she delivers, you take your child. In that case, the child is genetically yours.
I was going to say, will the child carry any genetic material from
No, the child is genetically yours because